Anyways, welcome back to another video. Okay, y'all didn't come back for my little speech of the day. This video is for the parents, the siblings, the grandparents, the family members, the friends, the wives, the husbands that have people graduating from the Air Force. I have noticed that a lot of people didn't know the stuff that I knew. I did a lot of research before attending, and there was some things that I didn't know, actually, come to find out, that might help you guys a lot, and it will save the stress, because I had some stress, okay? And I made an entire list here to show y'all. Hopefully I don't forget anything. I might add some things too, so if you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at my list. So first things first, before you leave, you need to do not buy the shirts at the vendors the day of the graduations, okay? They will overcharge the shit out of you, okay? The thing is, the shirts that they have, they're nice. They really are nice. I did buy some because, yeah. I bought some for other family members who did not attend, but I probably should have just made the shirts for them before leaving. I did get some customized shirts, and I did inherently buy another one while I was there. But the best bet to do is get your shirts customized before you go to Texas, okay? Because you are going to pay you might pay more money, but you'll get better shirts, or you might pay less money and still get better shirts. So, all I say is, if you don't want to spend $20 up to $40 on one t-shirt because you didn't come prepared, then I want to do it. Now, the base has a commissary store. It has a store on base. It's like a grocery store, has everything in there, clothes, food, you name it. When you go in there, they have a section for the families that want to buy shirts and shit. Now, those don't have proud mom, proud sister, stuff like that, but it has stuff in there that you can buy. Those shirts are $10. I'm just saying. They got little baby clothes in there and everything. They got toys, like stuff that at the vendors, the vendors would have charged way more for half of that stuff. So I would suggest not buying any of the clothes from the vendors unless you're okay with spending $30 for a shirt. That's just me. The other thing is, buy a stadium seat or bring a towel. Now, when I went, it was raining, so bringing a towel was essential, and I didn't do it, so my ass was wet for like 2 hours. Or you can buy a stadium seat and ship it to Texas. So on Amazon, when you order anything, it gives you an option to get it shipped to an Amazon locker. Now, granted, if the stadium seat is like an actual stadium seat with like a back on it, you might not be able to do that because it might be too big for the locker. I don't know. But you can try. They have the foam seatings, which I thought looked really good to buy. So what you can do is go on Amazon and then put all that stuff in the cart. Before you get to the cart, see if you can ship it to a locker. Now, very important, look at where this locker is located. Put the zip code. I will add zip codes to the side of the screen to an area where it's safe to go out in public, because where the base is at is very unsafe. Just letting you know that. And you do that. Or you buy it and you bring it with you on the airplane, but you have to make sure you're not one of the people like me who's gonna have a carry-on and a backpack for other shit. So if you're checking in a bag, I would suggest putting it in your checked luggage. Next things next. Follow all the Lackland Facebook groups. When I say Lackland, I mean Lackland Air Base. Follow every single one of them groups. Now, there is some groups that are fraudulent, so be careful what you do. I will put them on the screen on the ones that I followed and had very good tips. Next things next. Do not get a motel, Airbnb, or hotel in the 10-mile radius of the base. Why? Because Everything around that base is ghetto. And not ghetto, oh, I can do a little ghetto. No, 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 no. Not a little ghetto, a lot ghetto. It is very dangerous in that area. They even tell their trainees, the MTIs even tell their trainees that do not let your family get a spot around base. It don't matter if it's $48 a night, 5 minutes away. There's a reason why it's cheap. Don't do it. I can also put the link to my Airbnb down below. It was only 15 minutes away from base. And she had multiple like rooms available, and they were private and had their own bathroom and their own kitchenette. So if you're okay with that, then it's in a little neighborhood. It's not a full house. Just FYI, only about 2 people can be in each room. But I think she had 4 of them, and they all had their private door codes. Okay, and they were really nice, and she was really nice. The only thing is parking. It was off the street. Couldn't park in the driveway, but the parking wasn't bad. You could have parked in the parking lot across the street, and it would have been no issue. So check that one off. Do not rely on Uber, Lyft, or taxis. I got a rental car, so I didn't know how bad it was until I met with another family member, and they didn't have a rental car, and unfortunately they spent a lot of money on rides that never got them anywhere. A lot of the times Ubers and Lyfts were not available for some reason and weren't fast enough, and it was just a lot of issues that they had to keep calling for an Uber. Now by the airport it's not that bad. However, if you're trying to get to base with a Lyft or Uber driver, it's really stressful because some of those drivers cannot get on base, and then you're having to walk like 3 miles to get to wherever field you're supposed to be at. So I would suggest getting a rental car, and I would suggest getting a rental car through the app called Turo far in advance. Do not wait until the week of. They will charge out the ass for that. My rental was only $122 for the 4 days that I was there. Yes, ma'am. So do that wisely. Get a rental car. You don't have to have a credit card or a the battery's about to die, so give me one moment. Sorry about that. So like I was saying, the rental car is something you're gonna absolutely need to get. I need my dog to sit his ass down. Ooh, go, 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 go! Lay down! Every time I'm trying to film a video, you come over here. Go. Alright, back to the rental car situations. So basically, do not rely on that. That one's like a little tough. But unless if that doesn't stress you out, then you can go ahead and do that. But I would not advise. Let's see. What did I not mention? I said bring seats, bring cash. They do have vendors there, like coffee vendors, food vendors, shirt vendors. Like I said, don't get a shirt, but you know, vendors. They do have card readers, but sometimes things happen. So bring cash. I would say bring $100 cash if I was you. Bring phone charger, portables, all that. Portable phone chargers. I brought mine because I'm paranoid and I have my camera and things die. You never know. So a lot of people had dead phones before like the end of the day. And the thing about having a dead phone, especially if you don't have a rental car, you can't charge your phone when you want to hang out with your loved ones, and that's difficult to deal with. That's too goddamn stressful. And I was the one giving people chargers and stuff and letting them charge their phones using my stuff, and so I would suggest doing that if you want to make your life a little easier, because you are going to be on your phone a lot if you are a videographer, photographer looking type of person that wants to take pictures of everything. If you have family members that aren't going to be there kind of thing, yeah, you're going to want that. So that's off the list. I want to make sure I do everything in order, so I already talked about that. Now, if you have a rental car, or if you do find a driver who's allowed to get on base, I would arrive on day 1 I know, get this, it's gonna be early. You're about to look at me like, what the fuck? Get there at 3:45 in the morning. I got there at 3 a.m. because I'm paranoid. I don't like to be late. I don't like any of it. Being on time is late for me. So 3:45 a.m. if you want first dibs of parking lot 1. If you do not know what the map looks like, they on the Facebook groups and on the Air Force website for training, they will have a picture of the parking lot options. I will put them on the screen for you guys, and I will see about adding the links to them. I'm not sure yet, but either way, they show you where to park. If you do not want to walk very far, you have family members who are in wheelchairs or walkers, canes, such things like that, they do have a shuttle bus at, I think, at 5 a.m. to the other remaining lots, but it's not reliable. So I would not rely on that, okay? The reason why I say parking lot 1 at 3:45 in the morning is people like me, the early people, get there between 3:45 a.m. or 3 a.m. in my case to 4 a.m. and that parking lot gets hella packed. By about 4:30 a.m. ain't no more parking spots. Okay? Okay. So if you want to park next to the reception center where the big old seats are, where everybody sits at for the first day of graduation, you get there early. Do not try to get there around 5 a.m. You're not gonna get a spot. Just FYI. And it's better if you get there early so you can scope the scenery and figure out where you want to sit at, because they do post the seating chart for flights informations, where your flight would be at and stuff like that. So they do post that. You want to sit where they would be at, okay? So I would do that. Another thing that I forgot to mention before I mentioned the parking, there is a gate called Valley High Gate. It is open 24/7. I like that gate the most. It comes directly from the highway. You don't have to drive all the way around type shit. It's in the front. That gate is considered to be open 24/7. Not everybody goes through it because they don't realize that gate is even there. But there is a gate there, and a lot of people do know what it says there. I'm just saying for the people who don't actually know which gate is which. They have a list of gates online that tells you the hours of each gate, and I didn't want to fuck around with those gates because if they're going to open at 4 a.m., I didn't want to do it. All the other gates open at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. The gate that I went to is the only gate that I know of. I think there's another 24/7 gate, but I don't know where it's at. All I know is Valley High, Valley, H-I, High, that gate is 24/7. That is the only gate that I like to go in before 4 a.m. because there's not that many people that go through this gate. Now, mind you, on the first day of graduation, they did close it around 4:30 a.m. So if you're one of those really early people and you don't want a line to get into base, go to Valley High Gate. Now, a lot of us are like, oh, but where's everything at? How am I going to find stuff because it's in the dark? I don't know where I'm going. Well, one, they have signs, but two, if you're like me and you can't really see those signs at night like that, this is what you need to do. If you have an Apple phone, I don't know about Android, but you can look it up. I'm pretty sure Google Maps might have it too. Apple Maps has Valley High Gate. You can look up Valley High Gate. I recommend before going or leaving your house, the Airbnb, wherever the fuck you're coming from, I mean, on Apple Maps, it gives you an option to add multiple stops. I would first add the last stop. So if the last stop is the parking lot for parking lot 1, you would need to do parking lot 1. They have it on there. The map is on there. Like, they have either do the lot or do the reception center. I would say put the reception center in, and then you know where the parking lot is. So put the reception center. Then you add another stop, right? That stop would be Valley High Gate, so that you can get in the right gate. And then whatever stop you want to do before you get there. That's how I would do it. So you know how to get to the parking lot. Let's see. On day 2, get to base at 3:30 a.m. to 4 a.m. The parking lot is a lot more smaller than parking lot 1 at the reception center. It is way fucking smaller, okay? It is about 40% smaller than the other lot that you would want to park at. They do have parking lot 1, 2, and 3, but those are all far as fuck away. And that walk is not fun, okay? Okay. Especially when you are getting ready to leave the field and your airman is tired of fucking walking. They're gonna be mad at you when they have to walk all the way to that parking lot with you. When you could just park right there and they don't have to walk that far. Cause my sister, she was like, oh hell no, I ain't walking fucking nowhere, bitch. You gonna pick me up, I'll stand right here. Cause they walk a really lot. Depending on where the squadron is, they're gonna walk a lot and they're over walking. Okay, they want to break, so don't park that far, and get there early. Did I say everything? It looks like I did say everything. But that is literally all of my advice that I am giving, because am I recording? Oh, I'd be motherfucking mad if I was not recording. I hope I'm recording. Anyways, thank you for watching, and if you guys have any other questions, things that I didn't mention or things I didn't go into detail for, just message me down below, because I did help a lot of parents who were there at graduation. And when I tell about, I was talking to so many different parents trying to help them how to get to certain places and stuff. Yeah. I'm just giving the advice that I wish I had. So, there is that. And thank you for watching my video. And I'll see you guys later. Welcome back to another video. You guys, I have something and a lot to say. Because, no, go back and lay down because I'm not talking to you. Go, hurry up. Dude, I'm not talking to you.